Hello and thanks for checking out my video. In today's video I am going to be talking about how to write best title for YouTube video. My name is Richard Murphy and I am from New Zealand, so for now just sit back, relax and enjoy the video. How to write best title for YouTube video. Writing a title for a YouTube video can be an important decision. It can help make or break your video. The video marketing tip below will give you some simple suggestions on how to write the best title for the YouTube video. First, you want to know what the title is going to say. What is it trying to say? Sometimes you just don't know. If you don't know what it's trying to say, think about what it's trying to convey. Think about what you're trying to say through the title. Then take that title and describe it as much as possible. Don't worry about getting it perfect, just describe as much as you can in as few words as possible. When you have done that, you're ready to write the title. You want to keep your title short, but catchy. The trick is to use words that are the most common in what you're trying to say. If you're selling, then use words like sale, discount, and sale. For example, if you want to talk about ways to sell your business using the internet, and you want to write the title of your video to talk about how to make the internet a better place. The title would be something like, How to Sell Your Business Using the Internet. If you're selling gift certificates, you might use the words gift, certificate, or card. Just keep in mind that when you write your title, you want to be as brief as possible, but not so brief that the viewer has no idea what your video is talking about. So try to put your main point into words as many times as possible in as few words as possible. When the title is ready, then you need to decide what the main idea of your video is. This is an important part of the whole process. The more clearly you explain what you're trying to do, the better. If you can, have someone look at the title before you start writing it. They may pick out a few areas that you can edit, or that you can cut out. They may pick out words that you can change to make it clearer. After you've written the title, you want to take it over to your video and create a summary of what you wanted to get across. Have your video editor take a look at it and correct any spelling or grammar errors. Then rewrite the summary as many times as necessary until you get it to where you're happy with it. You want to edit the summary as many times as you need to. You should always be working on the summary until you're satisfied with it. It's the first thing the viewer sees. Once you have the summary, you need to take it to a video and edit it again, this time one final time. If the title doesn't work or your title isn't clear enough, try to edit your summary even more. These simple tips on how to write the best title for YouTube video will help you tremendously. Take your time, research, and get it right. The title is an important element in determining how well your video performs. How to write best title for YouTube video. Creating the title of a YouTube video can be a daunting task. After all, this is the very first thing a viewer will see when they go to YouTube. How can you create the best title for your video? There are some simple things you can do to make your title better. First of all, try to avoid the long and boring titles. These are not the ones that viewers want to click on. A lot of these titles are those that have been sitting around for a long time and no one has really used them yet. The first step in making a title that will work well is to come up with a title that is memorable. This means that it has to be short and to the point. Your viewers will be able to remember it easily if you give them something that is short and concise. Another tip is to use your title to help establish what your video is about. If you were to write down the title, they would have to keep looking at their phones in order to find out what it was about. It is easier to use the title as a way to give a little information about what you are talking about. Give your title a catchy bit of information. The title has to communicate something to the viewer. If it doesn't, the viewer is more likely to click away from your video. Don't use the same title in your videos. People will get tired of repeating themselves. One of the things you need to keep in mind is that each title has to be different. You don't want them to remember the same title over again. The title should be short and to the point. It should never be more than 30 seconds long. Your video title should tell a story and sell your video to the viewer. Another thing you need to keep in mind is that the title of your video needs to be easily understood by the viewers. It should be short and punchy. The title has to be effective, so it is important that it is short and to the point. If the title is too long, people will stop paying attention. Don't repeat the title. It sounds like a good idea to give your title the same name as your video. However, it is a bad idea because viewers are going to be bored after a while if they are hearing the same title in your video all the time. Also, it will take them longer to click through to your video. Give your title a hook. This is the part of your title that gets people to start clicking through your video. It should provide some type of information about your video or be a teaser about what is going to be in your video. If your title is clever, it will get people to check out your video. So, keep your title simple and keep it short. The last thing you want is to bore your viewers into paying attention to your video. All of these tips are a great place to start when creating your title. When you are done with your title, then you are ready to start your video. Remember, your title is the first thing that viewers see, so if you can make it work for your videos, they will be a hit. How to write best title for YouTube video. Now that you have decided that your business is going to put up a YouTube video to promote your product or service, you need to be able to write the best title for the YouTube video. Not just any title will do. Your best title will resonate with your target audience and make them want to watch your YouTube video. So what are some tips that you can use to write a title that will sell your product or service? Here are some great tips. Use keywords that you know your audience will search for. This is the foundation of the title. And with the benefits of using Google's keyword tool, it is easy to come up with keywords that your targeted audience will search for. Once you have your title written, be sure to make it interesting and engaging. If you find yourself losing interest in your video, you will probably lose money with it as well. So keep your title interesting and keep it engaging. Make your title stand out from the rest of the videos on YouTube. Many people feel that when they see another video, they want to watch it right away. So by having your own unique title, you will set yourself apart from the crowd. The first step to writing a great title is to get feedback. Make sure you get feedback from family and friends. You can get many great ideas from other people, especially if they have already watched the video. When writing your title, start from the beginning and go back through your video to find your beginning lines. For example, you may want to start with a title that starts with why video marketing works. Once you have that information, you can begin to write the rest of your title in a similar way. Another great tip is to have a second version of your title. This will allow you to write a second version of your title if you run into any trouble. Or if you change your mind about the title and you don't like the one you wrote. Or you write a better title and think it is better. Finally, when you run into trouble, the last thing you want to do is lose focus on your title. Instead of rewriting your title, just take the first draft and go back and redo the title. This will save you a lot of time and will allow you to write something more original. Take your time with the title and be sure to make changes if necessary. You want to make sure that you have an exciting title that makes your video stand out and gets people excited about watching it. Otherwise, the viewers will just move on to another video that they can watch and leave your video hanging. After you have the title, make sure you are putting it on your videos so that your target audience can see it. If you have the video hosted on your website, you should be able to make sure the title is shown on your site. However, you should still get feedback on the title from your audience and use it as a tool to improve your videos. The best tip that I can give you is to have a plan and know what the title is before you start writing. By knowing what you want the title to look like before you start writing, you will be able to focus on the quality and not worry about the time that it will take you to get to the title. Thanks for watching my video about how to write best title for YouTube video. If you got value from watching my video, hit the subscribe button below this video. Well, that's about all from me. This is Richard Murphy from New Zealand signing off until my next video.